This video is an explanation of the setting up a wireframe in Figma assignment. I just wanted to give you a framework to understand so you know what you're being asked to do. You've already had a lot of other assignments due recently, so this really is just a head start to set it up. It is not actual creating your website wireframe yet. So we're going to get that framework in place, but we are not going to design yet. That will come very soon, I promise you. There's a few things I'm going to need you to do in order to set up your wireframe. The first thing is I need you to choose images that you will use on your home page. So find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images that you would like to use on your home page. And of course, you should have already listened to the video that talks about home pages and what you need to have on them, which includes a hero section. So you should have a good idea of what type of image you might be able to use here. So go ahead, get images, get them ready for this assignment. I'm also going to need you to write some body copy that will go on the home page. So what is it that you want your home page to say? And we're not going for perfect here. I am just wanting you to write down some ideas of this body copy that will go on your home page. We'll actually do a closer job of editing the body copy later, but right now, maybe just kind of write, for right now, even writing a paragraph, stream of consciousness, or some bullet points, those types of things will be fine. Then I want you to propose 3 creative headlines that you might be able to use on your home page. Now, just a reminder, I kind of said this already, but we are simply setting up a design file in this assignment. We are not designing yet, so you don't need to worry about color for this assignment. Do not worry about fonts. Do not worry about visual hierarchy, Gestalt theory, all those things yet. That will come soon, but not quite yet. Okay, so let's say you have your images, your body copy, your headlines, you're all ready. So what are you going to do? Step 1 is to open a new design file in Figma. All right, so I'm in Figma now, and if you remember, we're going to click on a design file up here, new design file. And now I'm going to create 3 frames. So I'm going to grab the frame tool up here, and I'm going to go over to my right hand menu. I'm going to go desktop and desktop. There's 1. Now I'm going to name this one, let's say we'll say Mo Home. And I'm going to put my view, zoom out a little bit so I can see more, even put it out a little bit more. All right, so I have my one artboard. I'm just going to switch it over to the side, and now I could either get the frame tool and do the same thing again, or I can duplicate it. So if I've just selected that whole frame and I do Command D, I get a second frame and I can get a third one. All I have to do here then is just to rename it. And again, I can click here and rename it, or I can click here. So this one I'm going to do Mo About. And this one, we'll go over here, I'll do Mo Style Guide. We'll be working on the style guide soon, so you'll understand what that is very soon. Remember, always that we use lowercase letters and a dash or a hyphen in between. Okay, so now we got that part done. Let us go back to the PowerPoint, and we are going to now insert the images, copy, and the headlines on each page. And all we're going to do is we're just going to simply dump stuff on. We are not going to take the time to make this pretty. So let me go back to Figma, and I'll have to scooch through a bunch of things here. Okay, here's Figma, and so I'm going to want to whoops, I'm going to want to put them on the correct way. So if you remember, for putting in images, I would want to have a rectangle here, and then I would put an image in here, and I have some images in my download folder, so I got that there. And now we can duplicate this. If you remember, Command D or Control D or Windows key D, and drag it out here, and let me duplicate it again. Do the Command D, great. And then all I have to do is change the fill on this photo. So what I can do is I can choose the image and I can change it to a different one. Let's put in a TV image here, and so just change it out. All right, so we would do this with a few different pictures here, and let us go ahead and do one more. Let's do a classroom image. There we go. So when you're doing this assignment, just throw down some of your things there, and that's great. So you throw down photos. We're not placing them. We're not making them pretty. We're not making it look like a hero section yet. I'm just putting it down. The next thing that I can do is I would take some copy, and I did my copy on a Word document. All right, I have some things on this Word document, and so I can take each element and put it into Figma. So first of all, I'm going to just copy the text here, that subheading, and let's go back to our Figma. And so I would take a text box and I would paste in. Now it's hard to see here, so I'm just pasting that in. I'm not going to worry about the font. I'm not going to worry about the size at this point. I'm just going to make sure that it is in there. So then I'll take the body copy here in another one, and so then I'm going to click off of, actually, let me go back here. I accidentally put an extra space in here. So let me take that space out. Great, there we go. And we'll get a new text box here, and then I'm going to do that. Now this is getting us into a very long line here. So because this line is going to go on and it's not quite going to help me, I'm actually going to get rid of this right now. So let me go here. I'm going to delete it. Delete. I just hit the backspace key, and this time I'm going to draw a text box, and then I will paste in those words, and then I can adjust my text box so that it's just so it's not so big. Right now, again, we're not worried on design here. We just want to kind of dump the information on here, and then let's just get a headline on here. There we go. There's a headline we can use, and let's go back here. So I'll just bring out another text box here. Tell your story. All right, and then I will work on font, size, color, all those things later. So just with your assignment, this is what you want to do. You want to just be dumping all of these things in Figma. And right now we're just dumping on the home page. Now if you happen to know what you want on your about page, you could dump a few things here too. That's fine, but you don't have to. This assignment, I'm just asking you to dump your information. So dump the pictures you want to use, dump the copy there, and it doesn't have to be written perfectly. It just has to be, just the basic ideas need to be there. And then to turn this in, I'm not going to have you share it like I normally do. What I'm going to have you do is take a screenshot. By the time your professor gets a chance to grade this assignment, your Figma board will look very different potentially, because while this is all that's due today, in another assignment you're going to be actually laying out and designing and developing this. So you just need to make a screenshot of this. If you don't know how to make a screenshot of this, I want to remind you that there is a video finding, saving, and screenshotting images online. And so it's that last part, screenshots, that walk you through how to do a screenshot if you don't know already. All right, this is exciting. First step towards our wireframe, but we're just setting it up, so don't get caught up in the design yet, but we will get there soon. Have fun.